Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 47 of The Pulse. I am your host, Chris Bizance. I'm so glad to be with you today. And also joining us today, we got breaking news that we want to cover on his Tandy 1000 from Parts Unknown. Pastor Troy is joining us this morning, afternoon, today, to kind of go over and talk about some crazy stuff. What's going on, Pastor? What do you see? What's going on in LA and all that?
Well, it's good to see you, by the way. Call you blessed, and it's good to see everybody here. I'm actually in Mexico. I'm on the Pacific coast right now, and we've been in California all this last week. And I got to say something about the riots and the revival and the riots and the body of Jesus standing firm in the midst of a big mess. And I also want to remind everybody to go back to odx.tv, go back and watch last week's episode that we had with our good friend Jenny Donnelly, as she's speaking about the violence that came against them in Seattle and then the violence that came against them in Hollywood. And people are like, hey, man, we told you, man, you got to wear a mask, you got to get jabbed, and you got to shelter in place, and we will not allow you to be out here doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Well, people are getting tired of that. And this is a new version of a civil war that's going on here in the United States that we have been prophesying and predicting. It was seen in the heavens. It was seen in the Great American Eclipse. The whole message of the Great American Eclipse was that it spoke of civil war. And that first one that started in at Salem went across 7 cities called Salem. And then, you know what? It ended at where the American Civil War began, at Fort Sumter, and it was exactly 1 hour and 33 minutes to the second. It was a 1:33 event, and then the second one happened 7 years later, and it started at Eagle Pass, Texas, and it went across 7 cities called Jonah. And oh my gosh, and where they both intersect and all that. You guys have got to see, if you've forgotten what a big deal that was and what God Almighty was speaking through all that. He was speaking of this and who we need to be and how we need to be during this time. So I want to welcome everybody here today and say, hey, I'm from several thousand miles away from the rest of the crew, but look at all this bunch that we have here today. Chris is with us. And Rebecca, how are you today?
I am great, Pastor. I'm so happy to have you on today. It makes it.
Well, I'm happy to be on.
Yeah. We miss you for sure.
Happy. I thought happy to be here. So yeah,
it's not the same without you, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'm in the midst of a whole bunch of travel and a whole bunch of cool things that's going on. Last week, I was in Auburn, California, and I was with the Dream Team in the movie Dream Film. And if you guys look that up, if you look up Dream Film, and I think it's Dream Film, is it .us, guys? Is that what it is?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that we're actually going to show a trailer here within the next few minutes as we fight trafficking. And it's a prophetic movie. It is really good. It's professionally done. And we were filming the spot there. And all of my ODX peeps, man, guys, stage 3 people. There were so many people that came up to me.
So good.
They showed up.
That's Poppy. That girl's Poppy. And she's always on with us. And she came all the way out. There were so many people that came out. I talked to so many people that said, hey, man, we're big time third stage members. And man, we love you. And I was just so grateful for it. But we actually filmed some scenes. I'll tell you what's funny. Les and Lisa were with me, and Les and Lisa, they were the people. They had this background scene where they had to walk, in front of the camera, and they're carrying, something, and they're going up the steps or whatever. Me and Leanna, we were just sitting beside each other, and but it was so funny because they had to do that scene like 30 times, and it was like leg cramps, and he's old, man. He's old. And I was like, don't do the Joe Biden and fall down the stairs, man. We'll have it on camera. But it was an exceptional event. I mean, I don't know, just to be a part of all of that was a really big deal. And but the story is really good. How they're filming it is amazing. And as a matter of fact, I think that we have a clip. So you guys want to show a little bit of this clip?
Let's show it
for that. Yes, we are. We're ready
to go.
Let's go.
See it.
Jesus' sake!
The search continues for missing 5-year-old Jamie Walker, who disappeared at a motocross event last month.
I had a dream last night. It happened, all of it, even the screen. This guy's got something going on in there.
You think he might have Jamie? You're trying to tell me that God sent you a dream to go break into a warehouse. A lot of ways this could go wrong.
You got 2 strikes. You shouldn't be doing this.
I hear the cries too. Evil tries to bury it, but it can't. Something's waiting for you. More than you dreamed.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that powerful? Isn't that powerful? And that to be a part of this project is a really big deal. And what happened was Ben actually had a dream in 2020. He had a dream, and the dream was he felt the urgency of the Lord, and he could hear the cries of kids everywhere. And it was a very prophetic dream. And I mean, he literally got in his car, started driving around to see if he could find a warehouse full of kids. And so he didn't know if he's crazy or whatever. And then he started looking at videos, and they came across this video of me. And I think I was with Todd White, and I just done this interview where I told him about the dream that I had and how that we went down the Amazon and we saw that little girl get healed. And he was like, wow. So they contacted me. And then at the same time that happened, they got me connected to some next level security guys. And then we actually rescued some kids. So I don't know, it's all part of it now. And now this thing is coming out, and I'm proud to be a producer of it. And I'm also a technical advisor. And I don't know, it's a blast.
It looks awesome. I mean, that looks like a legit trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes, listen, I'm all for Christians being in media. We're in media. But sometimes you see these Christian movies and you're like, oh, that's kind of a little, okay, good idea, but poor execution. But that trailer looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually find out more information. Dream the movie. You just go to dreamfilm.us, not .com, dreamfilm.us. Pastor, you want to welcome everybody else that is joining us in the room today?
I would. It's so good to have Brother Bryan Schwartz here with us today. Hey, brother, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great. It's always a privilege to be with you guys and be here in Texas.
Yay.
It's a little bit rainy today, so I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little bit jealous of where you're at.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, there's yeah. This is next level. So I'm actually staying at a friend of mine's condo. He let Leanna and I have this, and so we're here. And one of the things that I'm doing while I'm here is, number one, I'm just having a good time, and so that's good.
Well deserved.
Thank you. We haven't had an actual vacation, and I mean I don't know when we've had an actual vacation. So we're always working, and I love the life that we live, and we always find fun things to do. But we came here just to get away from everybody because I'm trying to finish my novel. And so I'm going to finish chapter 12 today, and there's only 15 chapters.
Come on.
And
Can you tease the novel a little bit? Because we've heard a lot about it. I've had the privilege of hearing a little bit, but I think we all would love to hear just like a synopsis or a tease, to your novel that's coming out.
Well, it's a historical novel, and I love Texas history, and you guys know that. And it's a historical novel. It's a fiction, but it's historically accurate. It's historically true as to what happened in Johnson and Tarrant County, Texas, from about 1859 until about 1889. And it tracks a family, a fictional family that is involved with historical people to help tell their stories, but it's like a supernatural Western. There's lots of dreams. There is nearly every single time somebody dies, when any of the main characters die, you see what happens to them immediately following their death. It shows like their near-death experiences. And some of them on the battlefield in the Civil War, fighting Comanche Indians. One of the Comanche Indians that I have come up with is he's actually a guy that begins to hear the voice of the Lord, and in the midst of his walk, and he loves the voice. And his name is Antelope Hoof. It's Kawahati Pay is actually his name. And anyway, he's a really cool dude too. And so it just takes a whole lot of research, man. It's just so much research and learning the languages and learning what they wore, what kind of guns did they have, when did those things actually happen, sticking to the dates and sticking true with it, and then putting a supernatural story of redemption in the midst of cowboys and Indians and Civil War and things like that. So I've never read anything like it, and I love it. So there you go.
I can tell you the research on it because after you shared your excerpt with me, I nerded out. I went home and I had to know everything. And we actually pulled up a map, and the map was on point with exactly how you described it in the book. Not going to give away it is. We actually just had somebody jump in the comment section. A guy by the name of Joseph Z. He wanted to hear. He actually asked more. He wanted to hear about the novel itself. So,
he actually said the novel is a movie.
Oh, so maybe not just the dream movie. Maybe we're going to be making a
movie.
Well, man, I think that everybody here knows that I'm good friends with the governor of Durango, Mexico, and also too with their movie making department. And because the Ministry of Tourism there, which actually helps us rescue kids, and we partner with them in a huge way in Durango, Mexico. But they also have John Wayne's Ranch. Now, Ben has been down there with me, and Ben, I know that you're here with us as well. Everybody say hello to Ben.
Hi, Ben.
What's going on, Ben?
Yeah.
We missed you, Ben.
Yeah.
We missed you.
What's
We're
up,
about
guys? I'm back.
Man, listen, man, we're happy to have you here, buddy.
I'm happy to be here.
And we're about to tell a really cool story and show a bunch of cool pictures of a girl that we rescued. Hey, man, you guys keep him up there with me. And so, man, but you went with me. You went with me to John Wayne's Ranch, 25-acre ranch that he filmed all these movies at. And then whenever he died, he willed it to the Mexican man that took care of all of his horses down there. Right.
That's exactly right.
And we went to the movie sets of True Grit. We went to the movie sets of Big Jake. We went to the movie sets of the Sons of Katie Elder.
Yep.
They're all still there. And then they gave me the chaps, the leggings that John Wayne wore in the movie not True Grit, but
Big Jake.
Big Jake. Yeah. I actually have those. I just got them framed.
That's so
Sitting in your house right now.
So as soon as I get this novel done, we're going to be looking at going to a whole bunch of Western conventions and historical conventions and things like that. We're going to be pushing the novel, and again, it's got Jesus in it, so it's another it's a cool evangelism tool. But also, we'll be shopping this as a movie script as well, and we know exactly where to film it.
Come on.
That's
We
so
know the
cool.
spot. It's gonna be awesome.
So cool. I love that.
Troy, your recall of, I remember driving back from the ranch to here. I sat for 2.5 hours just listening to you recall Texas history through every single town. It's uncanny. It's crazy. It was unbelievable. So you, not only a storyteller, but yeah, this should be a movie, man.
Well, I have hope for it. I really do. And it's totally the Lord. I mean, I'm just anointed, man. It's like it just writes itself. Once I get all my research done, I sit down and it just starts pouring out. And then I read it back to Leanna and she cries. She's like, that's the best thing you've ever wrote. It's just beautiful. I love that. And so she's been so supportive, man. She's so supportive of it. I'm so grateful. And so, yeah, so you guys be looking for it. Still working. I've got a working title. But I'm not going to share that yet. But that's what it is.
That's so great. It's one of those things. It's like it's another layer of what we do and what Pastor Troy does for the ultimate goal of rescuing kids.
Amen.
And to go with that, we have some ways for you, all of you that are watching, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or odx.tv, to get involved, join the fight, help us rescue kids all over the world, and not just rescue, but raise. I think that's something that is easy to forget. Some of these stories are just amazing on how we rescue a little girl, but then they're ours. We take care of them every single day until they're, grown up or grown up enough to live on their own. And some of them actually become rescuers. It's an amazing part that you can be part of. And Rebecca's going to tell you about that now.
Yeah, so I love the incentives and everything that ODC TBM does. And there is so many ways that you can give. There's so many ways that you can connect. Today, if you call us, the number on the lower thirds, if you give 5,000 today, you will get a lifetime membership ODX. Pastor Troy, can you dive a little bit on that? I know that you were supposed to give that. Can you just tell us a little bit of what all that is?
Yeah, so let me kind of share this with you guys. So you all know that we just took on another rescue center. It costs $5,000 a month for just the basic operations of it.
Wow.
But man, we're going to be able to rescue so many kids.
Amen.
And so it's actually a birthing clinic. It is in Belize. We already send thousands and thousands of dollars a month there every month for the kids that we have there, and also too for the birthing clinic.
Yes.
Which by the way has rescued 1,500 kids in the past 10 years. 1,500.
Wow. Amazing.
And so we're the only thing like it in the entire nation. So now we're going to do another one, and then we'll end up doing another one after this. That's $5,000 a month. If you guys would like to sponsor 1 month of that and help us rescue, we will also give you a lifetime membership to odx.tv. And with a lifetime membership, it's like third stage level every day for the rest of your life, which also means every time I do a ticketed event, you can watch it on ODX.
Yes,
and
sir.
so I'm going to be with Joseph Z, who's still on here right now, which is amazing. I'm going to be at his special event this week. And we're talking to his crew as well, because I think it's going to be online. If it is online,
yes, it is.
We'll talk to them and see if we can put it over for our ODX crowd as well. But I'm going to be with him and Heather, and look at that, man. Taco Canado and Alan and his amazing beard. He's bringing his beard with him. And it's called The Voice of God, Texas. And we're going to be out there. I'm flying in on Thursday night. I'll be there on Friday and on Saturday, but this is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday event. And then also, there's another event that we're going to be at later on this week. Later on during the month. And that is the Rev 17 event. And that is up in Yucca City, and it's in Northern California. Laura Loomer is going to be there. Wow. And again, this is also about fighting trafficking. That's what this is all about. And it's about the witchcraft and the Nephilim agenda and the globalist agenda. And we are going to expose it. We're going to hammer it, and we're going to bring the spirit of the living God. And Pastor Dave Bryant and his crazy bunch. I'm also on the board of a new child center up there that's called Peace of Heaven. And if you guys look up Peace of Heaven, it is literally a women's prison, a women's federal prison that we bought, and we are turning it into a palace for trafficked girls. So from the prison to the palace is so prophetic.
Wow.
And that's in California. And this is a big part of that as well. And I'm on the board, and I am taking a big agenda of what we're doing here in the United States to rescue kids to the Oval Office next week. I'm going to be at the White House in the Oval Office, and I'm actually going to be with Tom Holman. I'm going to be with Chrissy Nome. And I'm taking this agenda as a Christian that rescues children, and as a leader of all of my ODX family, to say, hey, these are the agendas that we need the government to help us with and not to fight us with. And this is the plight of the children. And if you don't let us rescue them, there's nobody else coming. And you got to let us rescue kids here. You have to let us do that. And so I'm going to be there. And if I can just go ahead and since I'm on a row, and then I'll let you guys have it.
Yeah.
I actually got a phone call last night, and I was invited to Israel at the end of July. And I was invited. I'm there. I'm going to be going to the Knesset. I'm going to be speaking with the highest part of the government there. And I was just invited. And so the Israeli government, it wants me to come out there. They're paying for the whole trip.
That's so
like,
cool.
Will you come here and will you speak to us? So I'm like, okay. So I don't know what all the Lord's doing, but I'm just saying yes, guys. Jesus is doing it. It's a great day, man.
Amen.
And if you say yes, like, Pastor Bryan is with us and he's not just a pretty face.
Oh, come on
we
now.
actually have
I've
something.
got beautiful hands
Yes.
too. Come on, let us not forget.
Yeah, and the hair, you've got like the best hair on our team. It's some good lettuce. And I know good lettuce because I have good lettuce.
Wow.
So, but Pastor
take that
Bryan
as a
is here. Yeah, Pastor Bryan is here.
Look at him,
If you, for
he's combing his hair.
just lost my train of thought. But if you help us for $50, Pastor Bryan is going to sign one of his books, and we're going to bundle it, I believe, with one of Pastor Troy's, and send that to you as well. So, Pastor Bryan, you got something else too?
Yeah,
we
for
got
the
going on?
$300 gift,
Did it,
I
yeah.
will also do a signed book, and you guys are going to get 2 tickets to the New Beginnings Conference, which is huge. I was just thinking though, at $5K a month, there's somebody out there that could probably support that center for the entire year.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
60 grand.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I guarantee there's somebody right now out there, you're going, I need to do this. You could support that place of hope for $60,000.
Love
Wow.
it.
It's
Absolutely.
going to happen.
Amen. We
I
believe
believe
Let
it.
it be, because let it be. I mean, and again, this is only one center out of all the centers we have, which is way over 50 and over 50 centers of rescue throughout the world. And it's just, it's just a money pit, and you have to not care. You have to think it's a great privilege to pay for all this and to actually just get to be a part of rescuing kids.
Yes,
and,
sir.
And we do think that, and we don't wait until we have the money to say yes. We say yes, and then we figure it out, because man, it's just, rescuing kids and raising these kids in the admonition of the Lord is a big deal. And I would just encourage everybody, man, go to troybrewer.com, give at any level that you can. But if you give at the $5,000 level, we'll give you a lifetime membership to ODX. And you'll have all of our paid conferences for free for the rest of your life. And that's the biggest gift that we can give you. And then if you give at the $1,000 level, if you do that, we'll give it to you for a year. And then we'll also give you some tickets to the New Beginning. But anybody that signs up for third stage, you get the New Beginnings Conference and all of our paid conferences for free to watch on ODX. So
Yeah.
it's just a way, man, for us to give back in the midst of our partnership together to see redemption happen within these kids' lives. And it's just, we have to be very intentional about it and just keep going after it. And I'm not quitting. As a matter of fact, Ben is here as well, Chris. And this last week, he was with one of our rescued kids, and we got to tell everybody about that.
Yeah, before we do, I want to mention, if you want to take advantage of any of these offers, all you need to do right now is you can go to odx.tv, but you can also call 877-413-0888.
Or you can mail.
Or you can do the snail mail at P.O. Box 377, Burleson, Texas, 76097. Now to the legend of Benjamin Allen Brewer. We're so glad to have you back,
That is
man.
I.
Because you've been
I'm here.
traveling the world, juggling all kinds of crazy stuff. And
I am.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time doing
miss
it.
you
too.
having you around here.
Yeah, but I must do the Lord's work.
Pastor, just so you know, chat's blowing up right now. And we actually have a request. Somebody asked for a lock of Pastor Bryan's hair for $50.
Listen,
And
I
I'm
will
gonna be honest,
do
for
anything.
I think
We should-
I
For the
think for
kingdom.
$100,
I think
we'll take the
1,000.
hair out of your brush.
1,000.
And mail. No, I'm kidding. Please don't do that. But anyway, but
Oh,
chat
wait.
is blowing up. So if you are watching, let us know where you're watching from. Share this. Be a media missionary. And back to our
That was good.
That was just a-
That was really good.
Of my hair.
Yeah.
I can't promise anything. I can't promise anointing, but you will have my hair.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
I
Ben, man, we got to tell everybody. So you was with Emma last week.
I was,
Why?
yes,
And Emma is the little girl that we rescued just like a month ago.
correct.
14-year-old girl, been a slave for a long, long time in the worst situation you could imagine. I mean, literally a slave. We got her, we rescued her, and then you went down there. And you went down there with Pastor Swan and me. You went down there with our team, and you stood in for me because I was in California last week. So what did you do, man?
Well, first off, I have to announce that I'm no longer part of the media team. I'm actually a global development officer, which means I travel the world and I represent the family, and I also represent everyone here, represent all you guys online as one does. But So I got down there, and first off, Emma is just awesome. If you guys don't know who Emma is, we call her the Oreo girl because whenever we rescued her,
Yeah.
all she wanted was a box of Oreos.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean,
Yes.
to be fair, I love Oreos too. So
And we got her a good box too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those are the they're the
Yeah.
dipped. Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
the
got the
dipped
fudge.
Oreos. We don't cheap out.
Chocolate covered. No.
Anyway, so that's who Emma is. She's our Oreo girl. And so Emma has been with us for a little over 3 weeks now. But when I first got there, she'd been with us for 3 weeks. She had a lot she had to go through because not only was she being sold as a slave, but she was also forced to be a drug mule for the cartel. Wow. It's a long, cool story how we got her, but the short version is the Mexican government actually did a drug bust and arrested a ton of people, and that's how we found her. So I got to go and have the honor and privilege of having breakfast with her on Friday morning because I went down there to go be part of her quinceañera. And so in this picture right here, it's actually Pastor Swanmi, myself, Emma, Paola, which is one of our rescuers. I don't know if you can see her, but Danny is also one of our rescuers.
Kind of clipped on the side. Is that him?
No. Danny is one of the girls that also helps rescue.
Oh, okay.
She's one of our rescuers also. And Mario is the one who's actually taking the picture. But we're all there and we're all having breakfast. So this girl has been abused by men almost all of her life. And at first, she was very hesitant to talk to me and really get to know me, stuff like that, which I expected. It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I expected it to be slow going and figured we figured it out by the time we did the quinceañera, which is later on that night. Within 15 minutes, she started laughing. She started making fun of me. I mean, like pointing at me physically, like pointing at me and laughing. And then she tried to attack me with a strawberry because she knows I'm allergic to strawberries.
Oh.
So the amount of life that came into her within 15 minutes of her just being around us was unbelievable. I mean, obviously you can't see her face in there, but she's smiling and she's laughing, which is a huge deal. And so we got to have an amazing breakfast with her. I got to walk her up to the elevator. She grabbed my hand. I walked her all the way to the elevator. I said, all right, I'll see you here in a little while. I'm going to go get dressed. Then I had to go get tortured and had my hair done and all that fun stuff for a while.
You looked good, man. I'm just telling you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You look real
strangely attracted to you too. I mean,
You guys have a picture? Do you guys have a picture of him? Do y'all have a?
We do, but
We
it's
do.
part of the story he's kind of got. So
Yeah.
we gotta.
I'll get to that in just a second.
We got you.
So I came back. I got dressed in the tux and everything else. And I was waiting for her to come down the elevator. And man, when she came down, I'm telling you, heaven invaded earth.
There we go.
Wow.
It's her in her dress. And man,
And you in your tux.
yeah,
Wow.
Oh,
That's awesome.
she
Look
was
at that.
absolutely glowing. She was stunning. She was happy. She was proud. She was confident.
Dignity.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a total 360 from when I first saw her this morning to when I saw her come down that elevator. I mean, she was seriously confident, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And she ran up to me, she gave me a big old hug, and she's super excited, and it was awesome. And then she actually got to call you, Dad, and she got to talk to you on the phone.
Yeah, man. I was driving through the mountains, man. I was driving through the mountains, and Swanmi's like, "Hey, we got to talk to you." I get on there, and I pulled over. I actually found a hotel way up in the mountains. I went, man, I bet you they got Wi-Fi, and I went over there. So I actually got to talk to her for a long time, and for all of our international friends, and I know y'all are all over the world watching. A quinceañera is a coming of age party that happens in the Mexican culture, and it's kind of like a bat mitzvah, but it's a Mexican version of that. It's a day where her life is celebrated. Mm-hmm. It's a day where it's kind of like a prom. It's like a prom for one person. Yeah. And everybody celebrates that loves her. So for this little girl to come out of slavery, and then it's going to be her 15th birthday, which is when you're supposed to do this. We actually funded this whole thing. It cost thousands, and it actually cost more than $10,000 for us to do this. Wow. And this is one child. And then on top, because everybody has to go down there, we had to get her this big prom dress. Ben, we had to get Ben in a suit. We had to get his hair cut. We had to get his Jurassic Park toenails clipped. And then we had to get
I still have those.
We had to get the brother.
Kept his dignity. Yeah.
And then it's supposed to be a father-daughter dance. And I was the guy that was supposed to do it, but I didn't know it was her birthday. And so we went ahead and put it together and said, we'll send Ben, and Ben can stand in my place. Ben killed it. Ben did the father-daughter dance with her. Look at that beautiful dress. I mean, it's
Wow.
like, a princess dress, right?
Yes.
And Ben got out there, and Ben also gave the speech, and he spoke identity over, he got on a microphone. He spoke
Amen.
identity to that little girl and told her what a good girl she is. This quinceañera thing is like a big deal. And just to think that a month ago, that little girl was a slave for this huge crime syndicate, and the abuse and the trafficking that she had to endure, and just how terrible it was. And then a month later, she's captured by Christians that love her, that tell her nobody is ever going to abuse you again. We see you as a daughter. We love you. And Ben is the dude that stepped in there and did all that.
Come on,
So way to
That's
go, Ben.
awesome.
Amen.
Good job, dude.
Thank
Way
you.
to go, man.
No,
Yeah.
it was honestly, it was amazing. There are no words to describe how the kingdom invaded earth there. Something else that was crazy is there was a few other things that happened during those moments. Number one, something else I forgot to mention earlier that happened during breakfast is we found out she actually understands English.
Wow.
She speaks it
Wow.
relatively
She
decently, and
understands.
because of all the stuff that she
All
had
the
to go through, they made her go take
Oh.
English lessons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we actually had somebody asked me in the comments earlier how we communicated. That's how I speak a little bit of Spanish, not very good at it, but I speak a little bit. She spoke a little bit of English. So when we didn't have translators, we were still able to talk. But we actually went on a car ride together from the hotel to the event at the quinceañera. And she was telling me, she goes, this is my very first birthday I've ever celebrated.
Wow.
Wow.
15 years old.
Holy
My goodness.
cow.
And you're
Her
a
very
son.
first one.
That's so powerful.
Jesus.
And
Well,
then
it's
she
a new
was,
day.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
It's
new
a new
day.
day.
It's just a new day. I mean, she's got a whole new calendar now. And
Yeah.
man, I love it.
Amen.
Well, Ben, listen, man, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so
Well, hold on
proud
a
of you.
second. I'm not done.
I
gotta
know.
finish.
Just telling you, your daddy's telling you he's proud of you.
Oh, I love you
Aw.
too. I love you too.
You're-
Oh,
Do a little
daddy.
heart
I love
thing.
you.
Let's do a heart
You guys
thing on
see the
Anyway. No, and then she also told me too that on the very same street where she was actually sold, that's where they found their quinceañera dress at. So God literally took
Oh.
what the kingdom of hell
Yeah,
intended
meant
for
for
evil
evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
You turned it around.
and turned it around and made it amazing. So she
Amen.
literally went from a
Amen.
slave
Yes.
to a princess
Princess.
in the exact same
Amen.
place.
Come on,
Hallelujah.
man.
God
That's
redeemed
awesome.
her in such a way
That's so
that
powerful.
only God can do.
Yes.
And I mean, it was totally miraculous because the city of Mexico, or the Mexico City, and the places that we're in all around it were all having a strike. And so when the strike happened, all the streets were shut down. I mean, within like all the cities surrounding Mexico City too, like everywhere around there
Really?
was all,
Wow.
there was a huge strike. And so they actually had to walk 6 or 7 blocks to get to the quinceañera place. And so when they were getting closer, she was saying, I don't want to be here because this is where I was sold at.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so Paula and Danny got to walk her there and be like, no, it's
Come
different
on.
now. You're no longer a slave. You're
Safe.
princess.
Yeah.
Amen.
And you're safe. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it was crazy cool.
So
and then while we we're at the
powerful.
quinceañera, the same judge that helped us get her actually showed up with his entire staff.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so she got to embrace him and hug him. And it was
Gosh.
heaven invaded earth.
Dude, this
I mean,
is kingdom, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Sentenced to life,
Absolutely.
set free. This
Hallelujah.
whole, the power, just even the pictures of, you have those being rescued, you have those that rescue, right? You've got
Yeah.
nations involved that you're helping train them. I mean, this is the whole mission, full circle. What an awesome thing, man.
And you think of all the people they could have called, they called us.
yeah.
Our relationship with them, the Mexican authorities were like, hey, let's call these guys. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody else.
Yeah.
But this little girl probably would have got put into a safe place, certainly, but she probably wouldn't have had a quinceañera. She wouldn't have had all these things. The story of redemption would have been very different had it not been from all of us here at ODX.
That's the
Yeah.
thing too, is the judge was so shocked, and his entire staff was so shocked that we
Really?
threw a quinceañera. He's like, nobody does this. And it's like,
Yeah.
we do. She's home now. She's part of our family. We're throwing her a party.
Yeah.
I loved how
Hey.
you called her like sister in one of your
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
things. That was so cool.
I had a long speech, and I don't want to read it right now because I'll start crying if I do. 'Cause
Aw.
It was
Just a
good,
little
but it
bit.
Don't
was,
start crying. God
Give us a
almighty.
little bit.
Come on, man.
He's going to share a little bit of the speech
Let me
that he
find it real
wrote for
quick.
her, Pastor
Hey, Troy, while he does that, I think can you unpack just a little bit like the power of some are probably watching, go, what's the power of that moment? Like what happens in those moments? What's going on with, why celebrate? What's the significant part of that?
Well, the significant part is actually the transformation that shows how much Jesus loves these kids.
Yes.
And we want them to know, hey, listen, it's not just about coming out of a terrible situation. It's about coming into a whole new identity,
Yes.
a whole new life, a whole new calendar. That's what the whole thing is all about. And so imagine Ben walking with this little girl down the street in this beautiful dress on the same street where she had been sold.
Crazy.
And now
Yes.
she owns it. She owns it. Only Jesus can do that. That doesn't come from the United Nations. That doesn't come from some humanitarian effort.
Yes.
That's the power of true transformation. And as my son's been saying, he's like, well, I'm just telling you, heaven invaded earth. Okay. It's really hard to explain. And it's really hard, man, to find words for in that moment when that child is no longer a slave.
Yeah.
I mean, truly no longer a slave. And how miraculous and how quick it happens, because in the Bible, it took 40 years to get slavery out of the people of Israel.
Yeah.
What we see is instantaneous, miraculous transformation of, wow, I really am rescued and these people really do love me. And I really believe that Jesus is the one who did this. And then we parade them and we show everybody, hey, we want you to see our daughter. And we want you to know who she is. This is her name. And many times, we have to give them a new name. This is her name. And we celebrate her. And isn't she lovely? And isn't she awesome? Well, these kids have never seen anybody treat them like that. So that's
amazing.
That's Jesus, man.
That's so great. And behind the veil, we actually have some footage that we can't show on YouTube and Facebook of the stories, more pictures and stuff like that. So if you are on stage 2 and stage 3, or you haven't signed up, you've got just a few minutes to go ahead and sign up for ODX stage 2 and 3. And you can see more of Emma's story and a little bit more behind the scenes things that Ben wants to share and that we want to get to. But I really want to hear this story or this speech that you shared.
So this speech that I had is super long, but I'm just going to read you the last paragraph of what I have. It says, "Your best is yet to come. I believe it. But even more, God believes in you. Walk in his promises, and you won't only be truly beautiful. You will make everything you connect with more beautiful too. Finally, I want to say, welcome home, little sister. We love you. We're proud of you. We welcome you with open arms into this family. You cannot disappoint us. You cannot make us regret bringing you in. You cannot do anything to take away our love for you. You don't have to do anything for our love. You already have it. Welcome to the best part of the rest of your life."
Come on.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
powerful.
That is so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I feel like the temperature in my eyes just got a little warmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah,
humidity or
yeah.
something.
No,
That's
honestly,
so good.
I got a lot of inspiration from different quinceañera stuff that I found on the internet. But while I was writing it down, I was like, man, I need something that I can imagine my dad saying to one of my
Yeah.
sisters during this. And so I took inspiration from stuff that he's said during weddings and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I actually wrote that out because I was thinking about my dad and that. So
That's beautiful.
what he would say.
Amen.
It's
Thank
absolutely
you, Ben.
beautiful.
Thank
No
you, Ben. Well, Ben, you did a good job, man. I didn't even know you could write. And so I don't know.
It amazed me too.
That's
It's like,
right.
everything right there,
Power
like,
of ChatGPT.
just write an X, sign your name. So, but you know what, man? This is the life that we live. You know what? Ben grew up in this. Ben grew up in
Yeah.
this. And since he's a little boy, he's been traveling with me and now, he's, what are you, 45 or how old are you now?
I don't even know anymore. I'm
You're 34.
93,
you're
94.
Are you 34?
We're the
Is that what
I'm
you are?
34. 24.
Well, I think
34.
34.
34.
Oh,
Ben, I
Wow.
was what's really cool sitting hearing you, just listening to that is you've grown up where you've had to share your dad with the world.
Mhm.
And when you say sister, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. That's amazing to see you go through what all you guys all these years have gone through as a family and to have such a heart and really mean it, like true sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
No, she's family now. There's no question
Yeah.
about it. Just to tell you how much I'm convinced that she's a sister, let me tell you how I know she's a brewer. She was meant to be a brewer. She walked into the quinceañera shop and found the most expensive dress.
Yes.
Papa Troy will buy that.
Oh my goodness.
She's a brewer.
She's a
She's a
brewer.
brewer.
That's
Oh
well
my
done.
goodness.
No, she's definitely a brewer. That's one of the things I like to say about all my Indian girls in India. Man, they can't speak a lick of English. But they know the word daddy and they know shopping.
Yeah.
They say chopping, daddy, chopping. I'm like, okay, let's go chopping. So off we go. Well, listen, I'm about to let you guys go, and you guys are going to continue. We're going to be talking about Brian's book. I would like to also continue to talk about a bunch of other things, but the bottom line is just this. If you are a part of Troy Brewer Ministries, then this is your story of redemption as well. You know, Shelly got up here last week. She sponsored a month. She actually gave a $5,000 check last week to sponsor a whole month of redeeming and rescuing girls at just one of our rescue centers.
Amen.
And she's been such a good partner to us. This is Shelly's story. I know what I can do by myself, and it ain't this, because I did it by myself. And I know what I can do with just a few partners, but it ain't this. Guys, listen, we're going to rescue so many kids this year. It's going to be ridiculous. And then next week, I'm going to literally be in the White House. And I was invited to come to the White House to speak up on behalf of ministries that rescue kids. And I'm going to be with Tom Holman. I'm going to be with Christy Nome. I'm going to, my good friend Sharon Bolin is the one that invited me to be a part of that. I can't wait. And then the month after that, I was invited to come speak at the Knesset and in Israel. And so the Lord is increasing our voice. So let's just increase our impact. Let's do this, and let's do this more and more and more. Guys, call the number, call 877-413-0888 and stand with us today. Or you can go to troybrewer.com. Encourage you guys to do that. All right. Well, I think I'm about done. I'm going to turn this over to y'all. I can see a beautiful woman right over here. And she looks so daggum pretty, man. So she wants me to take her shopping today. Do that. Yeah. She's like, you are going to take me shopping, right? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Why would I not do that?
Pastor, if you would like me to call your credit card company and say it was stolen, I'll be happy to do that. Save you. I'm just thinking about you.
A brother. You can help a brother. No, honestly, I don't care what she gets. I've never cared what she gets. I want to go buy her a new dress today. And so we're going to go look at stuff and like, I buy her clothes. I love to buy Leanna clothes. I love to buy Leanna clothes. It's something we've always done. So I don't know why, but I just think it's a cool thing. Plus, we're going to get a bunch of stuff for the Spark store. And then we got a long list of things that we got to get for all of our kids. Hey, Dad, will you get me this?
Yeah.
So we're going to do it today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Leanna said that Chris, I'm sorry, man, but Leanna was on the phone out there.
Yeah.
And she was watching. She heard what you just said. Leanna said, you tell Chris I signed his paycheck.
Oh my God.
Dr. Brewer, you are free to spend whatever you like. I'll send you Ben's credit card numbers too, if that makes sense.
Whoa. All right, guys. Okay. I love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too, Pastor.
Bye, Pastor.
I'll join y'all again tomorrow for a little bit, and I will talk to y'all soon. Y'all be in prayer for us, and I'll see you guys soon. I love y'all.
Love you.
Hey, Pastor. Thank you so much.
Everybody.
Sounds like they're going to have some fun and do some touristy things, and we're so grateful that they were able to kind of take a break from the action. I don't know if he said it before we went live or not, but like this is one of the first times that he can ever remember that they've just taken a vacation.
Wow.
So I'm glad that we can shoulder it, and obviously Ben is proof of that. Like what he did with Emma is just beautiful. It really was. So we got a couple quick announcements before we go behind the veil. First, we have Pastor Bryan is preaching tomorrow night here at Open Door Church. So you definitely want to be here at 7:00. Pastor Bryan, you want to give us a teaser or what we can be looking for tomorrow?
Pastor Jerry spoke on the adversary, right? We're going to continue along the theme of what it looks like to face worthy opponents.
Oh, so good.
And we're going to talk about Jesus before he went into battle. What was essential in his life to take him into that battle and multiply his impact after.
That's awesome. And tomorrow on the Pulse is going to be special too, because you're coming back. Pastor Jerry's going to be here. And we're going to talk about fatherhood together.
Awesome.
And I'm actually looking forward to it. Family's a big deal to me.
Yes, sir.
And I love talking about the role of a husband, of a father, going right into Father's Day for the weekend. And I think also tomorrow we'll get to your book. I know you're signing books today.
Yeah.
I think we'll hit your
There it
book
is.
tomorrow.
There it is. Yeah, I wrote that just to give a kingdom perspective on what it looks like to go through pain, wilderness, suffering, trials, all the goodie package of that. There is
Yeah.
a kingdom goodie package that comes with it. You just got to go through it.
Oh, that's so good. And where can they get your book if somebody's watching?
They just go to Amazon. We also sell it here in-house too, so they can purchase it
very
at the
cool.
bookstore here.
I'm looking forward to unpacking that tomorrow in fatherhood as well. A couple other quick announcements before we let you guys go and jump behind the veil. We have, don't forget, Pastor Troy's song, Here I Am, is out on Spotify, Apple Music, and if you like YouTube, it is on YouTube to watch and listen to, and you can actually probably see some really cool footage of Pastor Bryan actually dancing with Pastor Troy. If you look quickly, there is a scene
I do
in
not
there.
recall such things, but if you say so.
I think we'll have to maybe grab a screen grab for tomorrow's show for sure on that.
Swaying to the music.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know we focused a lot today on what we're doing internationally, but it's easy to kind of get, hey, this is all the things, but we do so many amazing things. One of the things we did last weekend at our food bank is we gave out 101,321 pounds of food to 3,442 individuals with 66 volunteers.
Amen.
And the big number for me is 17 salvations.
Come on.
Now, I'll tell you, my son and I, we love doing the food bank. And so first time we did it, we go out there and Pastor Troy says, and he kind of does like a little pre-game before we go out there. He says, and every single person you thank. And man, you talk about turning an outreach. At least I've been, and everyone at this table, we've been part of outreaches. I don't think I've ever stopped to thank on mission trip. Hey, thank you for being a little orphan in Guatemala. Thank you for the opportunity to bless you. Thank you for this. And it's such a great thing. So if you do live in the Johnson County area, the Dallas, Texas area, we'd love for you to come volunteer, but that is something else that you're part of as well.
Yeah.
So I think
Let's not forget Father's Day on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Pastor Jerry Sellers has a Father's Day sermon just for fathers. I'm pretty sure and mothers and the family. So don't forget to come out on Sunday. There will be a special gift for everyone. And also tomorrow we are having baptisms.
Oh, very
so
cool.
it is going to be amazing. I'm just ready. Honestly,
Can anybody get baptized or do I have to sign up?
I believe that anyone can, but we do encourage for you to for you to get baptized, but to go to opendoorexperience.com and there is a registration. If you don't register, it's okay. Just come as you are. We do recommend you bring an extra pair of clothing and a towel.
Yeah, you don't want to
Per
drive
Doug-
home.
Pastor Doug
Yeah,
Riggs.
you don't want to drive
Come
home
in
wet.
dry, leave wet.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, before we go,
Yeah.
let's go around the room. Ben, what'd you learn today?
What?
From the Pulse. What'd you learn from the Pulse today?
I feel like I'm in elementary class.
Test?
Yeah, it was a test. What'd you learn? What'd you learn on the Pulse today?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I'm super excited about the Dream film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be awesome. I really did like the trailer too. Kind of like with you. I appreciate the fact we have a lot of Christians in media, but
Nice to see the right Christians.
Oh my gosh.
no, honestly, I'm super excited about it because I know obviously the story. I know. So when he was talking about Ben, he wasn't talking about me.
Yeah.
He was talking about Ben Paul.
Yeah, immediately looked at you and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was
like,
like,
you never
no,
told
not,
us.
not me. I did not have that
Yeah.
dream. Like I've had a dream, but not that dream. But no, so Ben Pauling and Sam Pauling are the guys that are doing all that, and Ben's actually one of the main characters. He's actually the main
He's
character.
the main character.
Yeah.
So that's what he's talking about. But no, I know his story. I know how it came about that this film was started, and I obviously was there when we helped out. I know her real name. Did we say her real name?
let's be
In
safe.
Columbia.
Oh, let's.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, the girl in Columbia that we rescued. That's
Yeah.
what I was asking. I was like,
Yeah.
obviously, I know what their real name is.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. But I was there when all that happened too. So
That's really cool.
I'm super excited to see how this goes and see what God does with all this.
Pastor Bryan, what'd you learn before we went behind the veil?
That every moment counts. You never know how transformation can take place in an actual moment. So every moment counts.
Even being delayed in traffic.
Even being delayed in traffic, every moment counts. And
That's so good.
all we got is today. So let's go all in.
And Rebecca, what'd you learn today?
I learned today that no matter what your situation is, where you're at, there is a Father, there is a God waiting for you on the other, like he's literally waiting for you. And if you allow him, your life will be transformed forever. And it doesn't matter who you are or what you've done. So there is something greater for you and your family and for your life.
That's so good.
So
Well, what I learned today that there's a market for Bryan Schwartz's hair. That's what I learned.
And apparently my
I was
Jurassic
not
Park toenail.
and toenails, but we're not going into that.
wow.
But we are going to go into Behind the Veil is more of Emma's story, some things that we can't share. If you're not familiar with our ODX platform, it exists that it is a content platform that we can control, that we don't have to worry about government censorship. We don't have to worry about different bad guys out there that might be watching, trying to get our kids or all these different things that can happen. So sign up for stage 2 or 3, and we will be back in just a few minutes after this.
Human trafficking, the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It's not just a global problem, it's our problem, and it's closer than you think. In just 4 years of open borders, our nation became a trafficking superhighway, resulting in over 350,000 kids just vanishing. It's time to say, not on our watch, not on our land, and not to our children. Our team of rescuers has spent the last 30 years rescuing and raising over 11,000 kids here in the U.S. and all over the world. We have over 51 safe homes and more than 4,000 children in our care right now. But we could have 10 times that. We just need your support. Please call now and join our team of rescuers. Call 877-413-0888 or go to troybrewer.com. Get in this fight today, because if we don't show up for these kids, nobody else is coming.